Hey gang, Toadie here. Welcome to our 8th episode in this beautiful city. Last episode we worked on this transit hub that we are flying by, but I realize I have not shown you the giant graveyard that we finally finished. So I thought we would do a flyover and take a look. We have the more expensive graves closer to the crematorium building, and the further out that we go, the cheaper or more shoddy, I guess, the graves get. But overall, I just tried to make it kind of pretty but solemn. I think there are still some details that we could put in here, but I need a break from it because it took me a long time over many streams, but I have heard that people are dying to get in. Speaking of getting in, let's get into the episode. I have got some plans today, and most of them revolve around Warner Industries over here and Tova Tourism. I really would love to see Tova Tourism all filled in, so we need to work on that. But first, let's come over to Warner Industries, and we are going to hook up this rail line. Now, what I realized is that it may be better for us to bring this out here instead, and then do that. We will get rid of this and move this rail. So I'm going to put it there, but I'm actually going to use move it and tuck it in, this way, so that the train line goes along with the road, and it should still work just fine. Right, and now it will complain about water. Let us get the water happening. Good. And then I see two options with the train line. I think I've made my decision on how we're going to tackle it though. So let's grab this. We will go straight forward. No curved angles, please. Let's raise up so that we can go over these roads. The one way that we could go with the track is we could bring it all the way down here, and then we could come across this highway and work kind of alongside this highway. But we've already done that with the passenger train, and I think it would be kind of funny to have them side by side. Like, I don't think that would make sense. I guess I could bring it along this way, but what we're going to do instead is actually go through the mountain. I don't go underground too often, but I think this is an appropriate time to do so. So if I were to bring this here, and then maybe we delete that and do this. How many was that? 3? What does that look like? That's not the worst. And then we'll just go into the mountain, and I'm aiming to end up over here, right? If I do that, okay, we can work with that. And let me come open this up so that we can see. I'm through the mountain. I've got it this far. We can work with this hopefully to make it look not awful. Let's start over here. So the height of that track is fine. We can tidy it up for sure with move it. That might be the way to go. We'll put some rocks on it, call it done. Over here though, I think this looks awful. So let us make it look less awful by first grabbing the node right here. Yes, and coming down and doing this with it. Now this, of course, land looks really funny. I think we'll have to move the node even more, but let's do this first. I'm just gonna try to tidy this up. Maybe we do the node while it looks awful. Okay. We grab those and we do slope objects. Okay, let's start with that and get this land looking a little bit better. Lower the brush strength and just kind of use the smoothing tool on this in a way that makes it look somewhat natural, but we'll have to see kind of how we can get with it. Again, I find that I will likely end up using rocks to make that look better, but I think that's where that's gonna go for now. Okay, I'm all right with that. Then we can take this track and grab this, do a cheeky like that. And where are we going to go with this? I want to eventually end up over here, which means I want to go alongside this river. Let's do the part at the highway first. Going to grab the highway, going to elevate it like so. Maybe we'll do 3 each way, and oh goodness, we will grab these. Oh, I guess we should do one at a time. Grab these nodes, make them a little bit closer up here. Same thing on this side, a little bit closer up here. And then grab these nodes and bring them up a little bit. And then we work with the train line and make sure that it stays on the ground, and we will have it come under like so. Grab it and move it down. That's a start. Looks awful right now. I promise it is a start. So now our ore industry can come over here and export their goods via this train line that goes out of the city. And now the task is to get Mighty Farms set up with something similar. And we can kind of multitask this a little bit because we want Mighty Farms to be able to export, but we also want goods to be able to be distributed around this area without having trucks everywhere. So this brings us to the big exciting tile purchase of the day, which is going to be this one up here. Not only will it give us space to work with a train station, it'll give us a little bit of space in here to do some housing, and we can start moving into this big area, which is very exciting. Let's figure out how to get a cargo station in here. I was originally, so I think this is cargo with 2 tracks, but that's not necessary. This is also cargo, isn't it? We need to get a road in here, and I'm wondering if it's just as simple as taking it off of this road, but that will really increase traffic through there. I wonder if we could take this road along instead. This boulder's in the way, but of course we can move it. Okay, so we have it placed down. These roads are just in here in order to get it placed down. And the goal here with the placement is to allow eventually this track to go underneath the highway so that we can continue to use the cargo rail up here. Now to get both the road and the rail over there. Here's what I think we are going to do. I think this rock is a procedural object. It is. So why don't we just bring it way up there? That's very normal. That's the way that these things go all the time. And I am going to use these little one-way roads. So if we grab them, 2-lane one-way tiny, I wonder if using 1-lane tiny might make the most sense. All right, that is how we are going to bring our goods over to it. Wonderful. And then we can just do a really easy, like, UE up here. And then this road will just connect right in here so that the trucks can exit here. So yes, it will generate a little bit of traffic, I'm sure, but hopefully it's nothing we can't handle. Okay, so now they can come through here, go up there, do their thing, come around. This needs water. I think we are going to need water in the city pretty soon, so maybe that's something that we should write down to work on. But look, oh, I'm very excited about this. Why don't we bring the water all the way around? It just makes me feel better when the water is connected in more places than one. Bring it back around all the way down here. And then we might as well bring this up. That looks awful. How dare I subject you to such poor placement? Now, for the rail, this shouldn't be... Oh! We have a rock. Right, let's bring this guy back down and see where we can fit him in that it makes sense. So we either are putting him on this side of the road or this side. Why don't we put him over here? Let's make him quite a bit smaller and rotate it around this way and then put it into place. Right, perfect, done. That looks normal, I think. To get this rail in here, let's grab rail wherever it is. It's not like I've been doing it already. And I'm trying to think what the best way is to handle this, but why don't we bring this out? I think I want snapping back. And of course that looks awful for now, but that's the way that we do things around here. And I think I want to make that segment the elevated rail. And then we can tinker around to make it not look so awful. So I've brought all of these nodes up to the same height as this bridge, and I'm going to have the land follow that. So I'm just going to do kind of my usual trick here. I can make the brush size quite a bit bigger though. And I'm wondering if this is a good time to use a key wall on the other side of the rail, because we have this side of the river being so natural along here. I always struggle to figure out where that key wall would end. Here, I think it would end right there at the rail. Maybe it ends all the way over here at the bridge. Let's see. I tell you, messing with keys and landscaping and water is absolutely frustrating, but it's okay. We're getting there, and we can see that this train cargo station over here is already in use. So these guys, let's scooch out of here, are bringing their forestry products in. Oh, okay. Well, sure. And this guy is exporting the agricultural products, so the train line works. That's good enough for me right now. Let me know what you think about this key wall in the comments below, and if we should keep it. Now that I've got it in, I am leaning towards keeping it. Need to tidy up the ends of it, but for now we can just pretend that it ends nicely under the bridge. But it definitely opens us up to putting something nice in here, doesn't it? Enough with cargo. I'm done with cargo. Let's scooch back over to ToadieZzz, where we have some things that we need to do. These areas feel very empty, and we need to fix that. I had taken a boo through our unique buildings, and there's a few that I want to place down. Coming over to level 4, we have the oppression office, which looks very nice in here. And I'm going to put it in and then move it around with move it. I'm hoping that you will notice a bit of a, I guess, theme with the next one that I put down. So that matches this building, I think. And then if we come back into here, I think it's level 7? No? There is no level 7! Over here, the academic library also kind of suits that building theme. Now, what I would love to do is have it in this area, but have it kind of off of the main roads a little bit. I'm just trying to think of where the best place is to put that, and it might be right about here. So why don't we grab those tiny roads that I was already using? 2-lane is fine. Put it on the ground, and we want snapping to stay, and let's put it along here. But what I'm going to do is disable zoning so that we keep the full zoning on the other road, and bring this all the way up to kind of a 90-ish there. Perfect. Love that. Let's do our giveaways, because otherwise I will forget, and come back in and put the library down. And of course, because I disabled zoning, that's a whole thing. Okay, so if I put this, I'm just not familiar with this zoning adjuster tool yet. I think what I can do is I can place it, right? Place the building down, and then can I re-disable zoning and it will still connect? It looks like that doesn't cause any issue. And then let's grab this road and re-enable zoning to be like fully normal. Cool. Wonderful. I think that's what I wanted. Yes, so that feels like it fits kind of our older building themes. I'm still holding out kind of these areas to put something from the trade school in there. We don't have the number of students that I'm wanting us to have. Let's look at what else we can put in here. I was looking at the music options, and I'll just show you guys this. When you have your level 1 festival area down, it doesn't let you put down another one. But as soon as you start to upgrade it, so like we have done, you are able to start working on a second festival area. And I don't know if it lets you do a third. I don't see why not, right? But that's a cool trick. Let's get this music club in here. It increases the ticket sales of all our concerts by 10%, and it's a nice kind of small building, so it can really be tucked in a few different places. Why don't we tuck it in right over here for now? I don't know kind of what it looks like. Oh, it's like brick and stuff. Okay, we can work with that. We can keep that in mind. And then coming back over here, the media broadcast building, I'm excited about. Now, I want to put it over here, but we need to be able to reach it. So let's come back in here. Can I do like neither of these? Perfect. And just do a straight road. Like so. Do our giveaway. Oh, I think there used to be a bus stop there. Let's check that out. My bad, buses. Yes, okay, so just moved it up a little bit. That's fine. And then coming back in, let's grab this guy, and yes, it does fit very nicely there. That's perfect. I'm very excited about that. I think that looks really neat. You know what doesn't look neat though is this park. How strange. Let's make him look a little more normal. Let us get some zoning done in here. I would like to have some offices over here to help alleviate the noise. Let's do this. These buildings are upgrading, which is fantastic. Love to see it. And let us put in some commercial as well, as we have the demand for it. Hey you! Thanks for watching this video and being part of the community. If you would like to share your City Skylines screenshots with me or keep up with my goings-on, feel free to find me on Twitter as ToadieYPQ. I am very excited to expand the city next episode, so be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss out. YouTube thinks that you will like the video that's shown on screen right now. Why don't you give it a shot, and I will catch you next time.